It's time for some Schirru, but a slightly different spin on it. We're playing Gord today. I've obviously done amazing with my devotion. I'm pretty sure it's the highest Scoia'tael score anyone's managed to get this season. But I still think there's an incredible merit in using Gord in a Schirru deck. I think it's incredibly powerful and also really fun. It dawned on me I'd never actually bought this deck to you, and I had been playing it quite a lot before I went on my massive climb. And I think I've refined the list to quite a strong degree. I think it's really good. I don't know, maybe you could even be better. I've not tried to push this deck up particularly, but we're going to give it a spin today. The big merit of using Gord is, of course, you get that extra big finisher in round 3, but what you lose is these devotion cards, because Gord lends itself to using cards like Aneromancy, cards like Yeetwave and Triss, which is obviously really nice, but you miss out on Ethne, Phyrexian, and Oak Critters, which I found to be 3 amazingly good cards. You're also going to miss out on Oak and sort of trade that for some other things. But what you lose in that, obviously you make up for in a big Gord finisher, which is amazing. And you still get amazing cards like Aneromancy, Triss, Heatwave, and we're also running a Adrenaline Rush and a Bomb Heaver. So you might notice I'm at 14 units. A lot of the time with these Gord decks you're going to go at 13. But it's actually a bit of a trap to think I must play 13 units. 14, 15, honestly even 16 units is still fine, because Gord is still going to be playing for a lot of points regardless, especially in this deck where you're using Triss, Forest Protector, and Fave, where they're essentially playing for specials as units. So no worries there. And Aneromancy also playing for 2 specials in 1 turn as well. So Gord's still going to be nice and huge. And I've just decided it's worth taking in the Bomb Heaver for that Nilfgaard matchup in particular, but also a decent amount of Syndicate on the ladder, not a ton, but it's just worth including in my opinion. So I'm using Heatwave for that tool punish. I've got my Triss, which is going to play either Circle of Life, Rebuke, Caress, or I've thrown in an Adrenaline Rush as well, because that's a really nice card to pull off Triss. You put Triss in the back row. If you roll that Adrenaline Rush, that is 8 points of buff on your 4. That's a 12-point play. Not too shabby, especially on an open board. You can't really complain. So Triss is a nice option. And then I've still kept a lot of the same cards to line up my Schirru. I've still got my Guardians, because I just really like this card. While it's not proactive, getting that Symbiosis proc just gives that extra value to your nature cards and also improves your rebuke value. That's a big payoff for the Symbiosis. You don't need lots of Symbiosis cards down. 1 is enough just to get that Wandering Treant to give your nature's rebuke. That extra value is really solid. Also, Guardian is good for lining up Circle of Life value while removing engines while saving your rebukes. And it's just a card I really like. It's also got the bonus of being a Veil, so it's a good target for your Adrenaline Rush as well. If you don't want to go tool. Adrenaline Rush, also amazing on Dunker to keep her just buffing up. And of course your Circle of Life's really nice to buff up your Treant Boar, as well as potentially lining up, as well as your Duncanal Guardians, lining up your Schirru in round 3. They're just really solid for that. I've also down here kept my double Caress, and I've gone for double Abandon Girl and double Marauder. Some nice proactive plays. The cards I'm sort of missing down here are very good cards like Giant Enchantress. Of course we don't have access to Oak Critters in this list, but also the Skirmisher is something I would like to include, but I'm just going heavy on proactivity. Another consideration, of course, of this deck is always the Broccolon Sentinels. I've still decided to sack them off, even in this Gord deck, where they can come in very useful against SK, because a lot of the time you can have 0 points on your side of the board, and then you get a big Schirru, but they're still just going to have a few too many points, even after Gording. Sometimes these extra Sentinels could be the difference, but proactive plays are just really important to have in this deck, and if you're putting these Sentinels in, you're losing quite a lot of units that could be used proactively, and also you're just going to lose cards like this that I just think are great in the deck overall. Let us get onto a game, see what we can do. Definitely a big benefit of this deck is having that tool punish and that big finisher in round 3. Let's go for Gorn today. Let's go for this board here. Let's go for one of these, and let's flex that Gwent partner card back. Why not, right? Someone sees it, they're probably expecting it's me, but we'll see. Not many people still playing Schirru on ladder. Well, actually some are, but not a lot of the pros on like trying to do this, which personally, like, I've done really well with the deck. Obviously a different version. I think it's solid, man. I really do. I think it's good against everything, and yeah. Let us see what we match up against. Haven't played this Gord deck in a little while. I think it's very solid though. I do think I could climb with it still. We're up against Syndicate. This is where the Bomb Heaver is going to feel really good. Also, Abandon Girl, great in this matchup. We can play Abandon Girl to start off with, and you cannot poison an Abandon Girl because I can flip it round. What a great hand. Justice only plays Marauders, so obviously I'm going to kick one of those. An Abandon Girl, Dunker, just really good. All of these cards are immune to poison. Dunker can't be poisoned. Abandongo, you can poison it, but I could flip it round. They're really, really good. Maybe I kick one of these, which is a real luxury to have. Maybe it's actually an Abandongo I'm going to kick. Wow, what a great hand. The luxury of kicking a card. I guess I just kick one of these. And we'll stop. Don't want to hit Schirru. We're just going to lead with Dunker, no surprises. Yeah, let's just do that. Not scared of anything. Removing her. An assault would do 4 damage. Obviously, need to be very careful of Philippa. Guardian shuts that down there. Also, we could Neuromancy for an Adrenaline Rush if he starts threatening this. We don't want to use Caress on the Dunker, because that is going to remove Veil. And Ship in hand, not what you're looking for if you're my opponent. That's for sure. We'll just play an Abandon Girl here. Don't want to kill this with the Circle of Life, because obviously it could come back. Although it would be nice to pick what I'm buffing. And he makes the mistake of poisoning... Oh, he poisons his own unit. Wow. I was going to say, he makes the mistake of poisoning the Abandoned Girl. Because that's not a play you want to make. I would anticipate he's going to pass here, probably knowing I could develop some carryover. I think I'm just going to kill this, honestly. What gets two points of carryover? Is there much? 2 coins, sorry. This is 3. I think what's profit 2? Sod it, mate. Let's just take the carryover, innit? Can't really complain. You can see, obviously, the power of the Dunker. He does pass. I would kind of like to push into this round a bit more. Yeah, to be honest. This is where Circle of Life lets you down a wee bit. Because Circle of Life cannot actually be used for carryover if there's no... I've actually posted a suggestion that Circle of Life should be able to damage your own units. Because like here I could go a Neuromancy, etc. But I guess because he's passed, I'll just pass. The carryover just seems like a waste. And like I could just a Neuromancy into something, but I think I'm fine passing here. I can push into this next round somewhat as well. Solid round 1. Lots of hand buff. Schirru in hand, we don't want that. We've got the Bomb Heaver. Always going to hit Schirru off council. I probably a lot of you are going to wonder why I've got no sages. Am I keeping this hand? Yes, so I guess I can a Neuromancy for an Abandon Go because I can't get poisoned. I don't want to just get Fish Tech straight away, right? So I think actually a Neuromancy for an Abandon Go is more than fine. It also doesn't bait that I'm planning on maybe pushing. I'm undecided what I'm doing, essentially. If this gets poisoned, I can just flip her around. And then I can also get the Dryad, the Treant Boar in as well. I can actually kill the spender if he doesn't spend. That's a bit. 7 coins, which is just Pickpocket coming in next. Would not be surprised to see a defender coming in from my opponent here. I could pass here. Like the Treant Boar was maybe a bit overcommittal. Like, he can Philippa me, but here's what it is, man. I think I just bleed into this round, go for a short round with Gord. Feeling somewhat confident. Defender can be a bit of a sketchy one with the Passiflora as well. Obviously, I've got the Bomb Heaver if I can get through Defender. You could definitely make an argument I was just supposed to pass. But I kind of feel okay playing this Justice for points. Like, even if he gets this out of me, I can still just Thunder it straight back. Not the end of the world by any stretch.
You'll suffer the consequences of your foolishness.
Kind of happy with this. I don't hate it. Good chance I never get my card back, admittedly. The Young Giant does her job though, because I've got this one strength Wandering Treant. Let's do this. Definitely could make an argument I could have passed. I still do have a potential Schirru here as well. On 4s. It's not completely awful. Bank, maybe looking for that defender. Finds Caleb. Doesn't spend, so he gives me the pass. I think I just take the pass, honestly. It's weird he didn't spend, not gonna lie. I'm really happy with this round though. If you think about like what I aim to achieve this round, it was looking like I was never going to get my card back. And while that's not ideal, it's not the end of the world. Whereas I've still got Schirru, I've still got Heatwave, I've got my big fat Forest Protector, I've got the answer to the Bomb Heaver. And I thinned my deck with Justice. He played Philippa, Caleb, Morelsi, Saul. It was a great round for us, honestly. Pretty sure this was a bit of a weird play by my opponent. But obviously, still should be a little bit worried. But it's a great hand to go into the next round with. We can get through Defender. Do we want the Caress? I don't think so. This is a pretty bang on hand. I missed Triss. I've missed quite a lot of cards, but I obviously just don't want to hit Schirru. This card's actually really good in this matchup as well, because it gets through one of the Scarabs. So I could do this with the Scarab, and then I could also ping twice with a leader. Which is really just nice to get my Bomb Heaver value. So we missed Triss. And Fove. He just goes passive floor without any... He might use his wildcard to cycle through this twice. Bomb Heaver value. Instantly validating its inclusion. It means I can save my Heatwave for his big tool. Wherever he's going to put it down. We want to answer this straight away as well. Don't wait on these cards. They really mess your Schirru up. I mean, to be fair, I could just Schirru them actually. I think Schirru's fine here. So I call Schirru in, and I just ping one down. Of course, Gord. Pretty good odds on finding Gord off Council as well. Oh my god. I think I've messed up again. Oh, I've done this so many times. I've actually messed up. Oh god. So, I need to hit this down. Yeah, I've messed up. It was just a Thunder. It was never Schirru here. Misplay alert. I think this is probably... Oh, God. So bad by me. Not gonna lie. So if I ping this twice, old matey comes out. I've just had such a stinker there, guys. Don't do that. Slice Seductresses mess up your Schirru. I've played this matchup so many times, it's just been a minute. I just needed to think a bit longer. Basically, your Broccolon Sentinel comes out and buffs them up. So don't do what I just did. Now you know. Speci throwing games, so you don't have to. We might be okay, but obviously I could have just had a much bigger Schirru. Just going to Thunder this one. Lesson learned. I actually may as well go for Protector, I guess. Then again, it just gives him more poison value. He hasn't played that much poison. I think we just do this. So obviously, I should have killed this one first. Then I could have thundered the next one, and then I could have finally used Forest Protector on the last one. I mean, we've got rid of them all, and I would still have Schirru as well to like maybe get a Sea Jackal. Sorry, get Adriano with. Or I could have played Triss and just not even Schirru'd this game. That also would have worked. So I can kill this now. Let's do this first. Again, just not giving my opponent any good poison targets. As soon as obviously Forest Protector's down. Like, even though I've misplayed this, we should still win. So ping this twice, it goes to 4. Oh, I've misplayed again! These damn Slice Seductresses, man. I'm so bad. Actually misplayed again, man. Really badly this time, though. Oh, I'm throwing on this Slice Seductress chat. Chat, YouTube. God, don't be like Specie. Be smart, not like Specie. Like, not even killing Ewald either. It's actually awful by me. So bad. But you can see the power of the deck. I'm throwing and I still only just lose. What a throw, man. What a throw. So bad. I still win. Let's go. Right. Oh, I'm so bad. Well, we'll include it in the game, in the video. Slice Seductress is your worst nightmare, man. When you play Schirru, what a throw. You can see the deck's really good, though. That's a perfect game for the YouTube video, because Slice Seductresses really are your worst nightmare. Don't try and be clever. Unless you're actually good, unlike me. Just kill the Slice Seductresses when you see him. What a painful experience that game was from start to finish. Even the Rebuke, not killing Ewald. I just like made misplay after misplay. Basically, that's like a thing you really want to try and avoid doing in Gwent. Which I've obviously not done, but you learn from my mistake. If you make a mistake, don't keep making mistakes, following down like, oh, I've already made a mistake, so I guess I may as well keep playing weirdly. Just accept that you've misplayed and sort of cut your losses. I was like, oh, well, I'm going to try and... Yeah, it was awful. I misplayed like 4 times there. Pretty funny, though. Okay, I'm going second, and I've got double Circle of Life. That's really nice. We can kick one of these. We don't want to brick our thingamajig. Cheer in hand is not ideal. Pincer maneuver just scares me. It's probably devotion. I quite like the Dunker play here, because even if it gets answered by an oil, it stops him getting this frigate going, maybe. Then again, I could also just try and hand buff Dunker. I think that's the play. We could also have gone for the Guardian. I could hand buff Dunker to put Dunker down. Is that good though? It might be, honestly. Getting this Schirru up really good. Could be good. I also could just keep my Dunker. I definitely don't want to play a Nero. I'm pretty sure we just want to play for as much carryover as we possibly can. So it could even just be Dunker on the Volunteer. Buff Schirru a couple of times. Let's do this. I'm not playing Dunker.
My old name. I don't remember. I don't care.
Yeah, buff Dunker for next round. And I might just buff Schirru as well. Like, there's kind of quite a lot of merit in having a really good high value Schirru in a matchup like this. Maybe I just don't go double Dunker though. Let's just go double Dunker. Let's just get Dunker up really nice and high. This will be my pass, pretty much. I could also just go like a Caress. It's still enough reach. Because these don't get points passively. So I can just dump a Caress here. Not going to see much value in this matchup. And yeah, we want to keep this in Aeromancy because it means I can play it next round, then I've got guaranteed whatever card I want for a round 3. If we ever make it to round 3. And we actually get an oil out, which is great. A lot of these decks only run the 1 oil. So it also means that my Caress is now playing for a lot less tempo. So if he was to pass now, I'd need this plays for 3. If I'm to play this, this plays for 7, 5, that's 12 points. I'd be at 20, I'd be at 14. I'd need a 15-point play. Way too slow. This would be for 3. I'd be at 5. Pick up us, it's fine. We did our job. We got Dunker nice and safe. Obviously, if he's got like a heat wave, pretty pointless, but I would imagine Pincer Maneuver is playing Devotion. Probably quite a big payoff for it. It could also, to be fair, it could also definitely be Siege. We've always got the Bomb Heaver from this, so I'm going to kick it. I guess we kick Schirru first. I never want Schirru in my hand. Justice isn't brick, so we'll kick this. Gord in hand, also pretty bad, not going to lie. Perfect time for a little Guardian. Just denying the armor buff is going to be really good. I don't want to play Dunker if he's passing, because it's just an 11-point card even without any hand buff. The Drummer. The Veil does pretty much nothing in this matchup. But playing the Caress gets me this Wandering Treant down on the board. So if he's to play here, I might be tempted to use a leader charge and just kill this. So he is pushing. He's going for it. Vice-Gotta plus Defender by the looks of it. The good news is I can answer this because I've got Heatwave here. I also could Schirru at 3. What's the play here? It's either Heatwave full leader or Schirru at 3. Use double leader charge. I could also just Anero for Schirru, right? I also could just try and wait until this is at 5 and be a bit greedy. That would be the real absolute legend play. It could also backfire heavily. I think that's bad. He plays Dandelion. This gets buffed by 4. I play this. It's at 5. Yeah, that's bad. I think I just have to deal with it now. This has to be the way. Yeah, I'm happy with that. We deal with Vice-Gotta. We trade leaders, but I still got my Schirru. That was definitely the motive. I think I was maybe supposed to ping this down once more to avoid something like this happening. Does give him the pass, but not Gord. Please, not Gord. Anna's pretty well protected. I can just use my Dunker and a Rebuke here. Again, this Symbiosis proc playing for a lot of points. This one Symbiosis proc played for, well, it's played for 4 points essentially because my Rebuke wouldn't have got anything. This has been a 9-point card. Even though it doesn't seem like it, it actually has been. I was always going to Thunder that anyway, right? Yeah, this is obviously a bit annoying. But this is a pretty good Schirru, I think. I can't line Schirru up particularly well anymore, so... This is now a 10-point card. Also, it got me value on the Caress because it's a Dryad. Of course, I just want to... Basically, the only objective here is to make sure I stay ahead. The Caress should do it. He's got, what, 1 passive point? Maybe should have played around Oil. This guy gets 4 damage, so he can't kill this at least. Unfortunately, don't quite get the Rebuke value. Is it a Caress again? Caress plays for 5, 6 points instantly. Correct? Yep, it's always a Caress here. Because of the Symbiosis again. think I've got enough. Maybe I have. Yeah, I've got enough. This card played for so many points. It's like a 12-point card with a bit of removal. It's so well for us. Like, you look at this card and you think it's bad, but like I think the key to Symbiosis is you don't need much of it to be good. You just need one little bit and it does a job. And this card's also just like never going to be removed. Okay, Baron, so I can just slam Gord now and we're going ahead. I hope. I'm going to have to play both cards anyway. This certainly isn't enough, so let's just see if it's enough. Nice. So, the Heat Wave, you see, if this was a non-Heat Wave deck, probably would have lost. But the Heat Wave and also the big Gord, really helping a lot. I've got a Neuromancy for Justice. Just don't want to brick my Justice, whatever happens. Sweet. I think we just stop here. This is a really good hand. Forest Protector, sure would have been nice, but can't really complain. Definitely some merit in saying I could have kicked this Marauder and just played Justice. Maybe that was the motive. Try and find this. Varaxus. Can't do much about that. Marine coming in. GG. Did get the Iron Fist still. Gonna be close. I think we should have him though. Just the boot. GG. Really good game. I'm gonna play a few more. Really do love this deck. Like, Schirru is just a lot of fun. And obviously I should have won both games. But the slight stinker. Ever so slight. An absolute stinker. But do you know what, man? It's easily done. Slice Seductress is a Shiri's worst nightmare. Just don't overthink it. Just rebuke them, man. You can, if you're very clever and you actually know exactly what's going to happen, you think ahead, you can work it out. But clearly, I was feeling a bit rusty. With the Defender in that Syndicate matchup as well, you normally want to kill the Defender before the Slice Seductress is down, because otherwise, use last to charge, it kind of messes you up. Again, Enslave 5. Not expecting Bomb Heaver value. But I think Schirru is always your first mulligan. Circle of Life only buffs up Scoia'tael units, so you can't buff it up with Triss. Dunker's the same, so do be wary of that. FD Helg, huh? On T-A. Cool. See ya. Adios. Heatwave, man. Value. Great card. Great card. Oh, look at this value as well on the Guardian here. We get a follow while I'm not even streaming. Look at that. Thanks, AD02 and M, if you're from the YouTube. So I appreciate it, mate. So, value card already. 6 points plus Symbiosis. Crossbowman comes in. I think we just do the same thing again, true. I could rebuke this, but I think I'd rather do this, honestly. It does give him the pass, but so does rebuke. I'd rather just do this. I could also do this. Deny the pass. That's pretty funny. I could Circle of Life it as well. Let's do this. Try and get some more cards out of him. Like, if he Yennifers this, who cares? True. I'd rather Circle of Life before rebuking as well. Hits the abandoned girl. I was kind of hoping it would hit this. That's fine though. It does give him the pass, but I'm not really bothered. Yeah, unsurprisingly, he doesn't take it. Of course, this one strength, 1 nutrient gives me rebuke value. Let's take that now. Deck just feels great. Like having the abandoned girls is really nice as well. Like as an alternative to your other symbiosis cards that you might use. The wandering treants can definitely mess up your Triss though, so do look out for that. I could have maybe hit this because that lines up a rebuke. Maybe that was the better play there. I think it probably was. I was worried about him like giving it armor again somehow, but I think I should have gone for the tortoise for the... Okay, he amnesties me. Just put an abandoned girl down. This gives me rebuke value too. I could have slammed rebuke there. But I'd rather just save this. Play the caress and I could rebuke in a bit. You can see the deck's just really solid, man. Like, he's spending a lot of gold cards. I'm just spending bronzes and bruising, really. Just awkward to play against with your veiled units and your abandoned girls as well. Like, I didn't draw a Neuromancy or anything. I played nothing at all that round. I didn't get any carryover. I played a Heatwave for Helg, to be fair. He's in Enslave 5 as well, so Treant Ball is pretty terrible in this one. I think last say is pretty damn good because I can just go somewhat unitless. It's a great hand. Maybe I just ditch the Circle of Life to try and upgrade it. I think I just pass. And I think I just try and play somewhat unitless. Just don't give him any leader value. I don't know. We'll see. I definitely don't want Treant Ball. That's for sure. Schirru. Gord. Just great cards all over this deck. Nice. Circle of Life's pretty good as well because again it's unitless. I could buff this up for example. Kind of have to stop here because I don't want to hit Schirru in hand. Then again I do have a Circle of Life so it's not even a big deal. I don't want this card. Bomb Heaver. That's pretty bad, not gonna lie. So what did we miss? A lot of cards honestly. We missed Justice, Anero, Dunker. Well, there's my Circle of Life value. I'd rather just stay unitless. I'm also very glad I'm mulligan this. It's my only nature card, so this would have been bricked. Let's just stay unitless. Obviously, he's leading in with Diplomacy, and he's playing Tactics. He's probably got quite a lot in the way of removal. The question is, what do we buff? I think it's always Gord. This is my last card I'm going to play. There's some merit in going for Protector as well, but Protector normally you get the death blow. Up to 7. Oh, look at this Bomb Heaver value. Easy. Easy. Bomb Heaver just finding value in all our matchups, mate. So many people, the higher up you get with MMR, are just jamming, going with these scenarios in decks you don't expect it, like Uprising, or in this case, Enslave. Very funny, really. So I could Schirru here. I think I'd rather just kill this now, though. The Bomb Heaver's all yours, Sunshine. Obviously, I've got the Caress as well here. If he, like, poisons it or something. We don't want to caress it straight away though. Dunker. He probably just uses the damage straight away here, I'd imagine. So 4 is quite a nice Schirru range. This could be my protector. This was supposed to go front row as well because of Triss finding Adrenaline Rush. I'm just worried about giving his leader value. But then again, if he enslaves to 5, it just adds to my... Yeah, I think we should do this then. I don't really want to kill this. I think this is kind of cheeky. Big old Gordo to finish off. Why not? Again, if he enslaves, I don't really care. It just adds to my Schirru value. Of course he's going to take it. He can't resist. So I could go Schirru at 4 now. Is that good? Maybe, maybe not. I think Schirru only gets better. Maybe I'll just Fove into this. It's kind of bad, but... If this dies, it maybe opens up my Triss AR. I've got Triss AR here as well. I think I just want to wait and see what he does. I'm not really in a rush with Schirru. I can play my Triss first. Still a bit scared of Yennefer as well. He's only in Enslave 5. He's not got all the tactics in the world that normally suggests that Yennefer will still be in the deck. Cupbearer. Another 5 for the Schirru. Do this. I mean, I could Caress. What else do? Why not? Why ever not? Probably just gets Yennefer'd, but whatever. Also could just get Vincented, I guess. But he can't do both. I'd imagine Vincent and Yen are actually his last 2 cards. And Vincent adds to Schirru. But also if he Yens, I could in theory just Gord first. So yeah, that's just adds to my Schirru value. Last card, Yennefer. Obviously I just don't play this. You can see like this deck is pretty crazy good. This is where actually having the things would be good. But it's also important to remember, like, would my mulligans have been this clean? Nice Yennefer for 4 points. Just an 18-point Gord. Nothing to see here, mate. Nothing to see here, lad. Did anybody order an 18-point Gord? You in the YouTube comments? Is it you? Would you like salt and pepper with it? That's Braithens. You can copy the Sentinel. Wow. He thinks it's all over. It is now. 18-point Gorder. Obviously, 4 points of this were off Circle of Life. But still. We'll keep going. Basically, it should have been 3 wins. And I'm at high MMR with this deck as well. And it's Scoia'tael. Like, this deck's so slept on, bro. Like, Scoia'tael is massively slept on with Schirru. But, yeah, this Gord deck's super good. The only reason I've not been playing it that much is I'm just trying to play some other factions because I played so much Schirru. And because my Scoia'tael's score is so high, I'm going to try and take advantage of that by placing top 64. But what that means is I need to start playing sweaty decks. I'm talking Skellige. I'm talking like Uprising. I'm talking Nilfgaard, which is not my normal style. Normally I just like playing off-meta stuff. But hi-ho, it is what it is. Let's see if we can get another win. This will be 4 games. If we win this, it counts as 4 wins for the deck. Obviously, I just absolutely had a stink with the first one. Up against Fruits. No SK so far. Don't know what's going on there. Pretty weird. I've been playing against SK all morning. I think once you like break through the sort of 2,500 mark, there's less SK because a lot of the players at this rating have already got their SK up to that and they're more focused on like their other factions. So maybe the key is tech against SK up until 2,500, and then once you sort of get past that, you can start reeling it in a bit. That's my gut feeling. But what do I know? I'm just a noob that doesn't know how to play around Slice Seductresses and Schirru. I don't want to break my justice. I want to keep this. Sounds okay. But let's just kick that. I ain't never playing Justice or for Neuromancy turn 1, I don't think. Okay, what are we going to buff? I haven't really, unfortunately, got any good hand buffs. I guess Forest Protector is good because it's most likely a round 3 card. Everything else is more likely to be round 1. Unfortunately, we can't go for the 6-point Bomb Heaver. It doesn't work like that. RIP. Phantom. We're never going to invest leader charges round 1 here. We just want to try and get out some removal from him. Put an Abandoned Girl down. Don't want to play a Neuromancy either because we expect him to push into round 2. So the way my opponent wins this one is he pushes into round 2 and passes before I Schirru. He goes into round 3 on even. But then hopefully my Gord and Heatwave can still carry me through. Also, he's probably not anticipating Gord. Rook. So this is where, like, I could go for Fauve for another Circle of Life. I think that's probably the play here. The bleed does nothing either. So you can see the Abandoned Girls actually feel pretty amazing. Let's just go for this 9-point Forest Protector for some round 3 power. Strigger out as well. We're getting some pretty good cards out of him. I think I could also play this without being scared of him passing. Like, I win a long round 3, right? So, and just play this. This will probably be my pass now. Like, if he's to play, I just take it in 2 cards, no sweat. But obviously, he's just showing me he wants to get out of this round now. I will pass here. Fully expecting him to bleed, which is also why I've not committed my Neuromancy. By not committing a Neuromancy, it means I can play it round 2 and know that I'm going to top deck my best card. Any card I want. Got carryover, spent nothing, thinned my deck a tiny bit with Fauve. We're not relying on Call of the Forest in this deck either. Reason I'm not using Call is I go for a Nero, and I just don't like Sages because they mess up your council. And rather than going for something like Call, you just get more power going for something like Triss. Caress is pretty bad. This is pretty bad too, honestly. I don't want to find Schirru though. Not the best hand, not gonna lie. Caranthea. Just straight up Ethereal. Obviously, this is going to be my Schirru at 4. He plays like Lava, we'll try and wait for that, but he can also be quite clever and play around it somewhat. There's definite merit in just Schirruing now, not going to lie. Let me do this though. That denies, if he was to pass, he would have got a point off that, but he no longer does. He would have 4 points, I would have 5, so this is the time for Schirru now, because it still denies a pass from him. I still shut down everything except this one little rat. But he's looking to pass here, I'd imagine. So I Schirru now. It's guaranteed. Imagine if I had what you call him in my deck. It's probably worth a leader ping just to hit this down as well. Imagine if I had a Sage in my deck. It would just feel terrible. So we take the Premature Schirru to deny the pass. He slams Egon, which is fine by me, seeing as I've got a boar on the board. Definitely scared of that getting consumed. I think it's probably just worth thundering it. Obviously, more than happy to use my Nero as well. Unfortunately... Oh, wait, so this is the play, right? I believe. I Nero for a Guardian. I could Heatwave. I'd rather save Heatwave for Ozeril. Round 3. I mean, his Ozeril is going to suck, though, at the moment, if I Heatwave this. This pays for 3, 16 points. I think it's super cheeky, but I think this is the motive. Definitely the motive. Woo! God, this deck's good. Not gonna lie. So, it does feel a bit bad, but I just take the rebuke here, I think. I don't want to play Bomb Heaver because I'm still scared he might have old matey. Symbiosis unit's just getting so much value. Even without this boar, obviously the boar caught the buff, but if I just didn't have a boar, they would have just got so much value, man. Just spawning the Wandering Treant and catching the buff is so good. The question is here, do I just dump Bomb Heaver? I think I always do this first. Don't want to play either of these cards, but this also could be Ozeril. So I obviously don't care about using Heatwave for Ozeril. Not bothered about that one bit. That's what we were saving it for. Let's go, man. Look how good the deck's doing, bro. Maybe we could even push... Maybe this is even better than the Devotion version. Not going to lie. Let me check it's enough. 14. GG. No re. Easy wins, easy life. Let's go, man. This deck's crazy good. Massively, massively underrated. Like I said, just not been playing with it because I did so well with the other one. But I was playing a similar list just without the Duncanal Guardians, and obviously I found them to have great value in the other deck, so... Yeah, we find Justice, I've got Gord. Like, oh my god, look at this hand, man. You don't lose from here. And I've still got a leader as well. Still got a 3-point leader. Like, Jesus. Unreal. Well, let's play another one. It'd be rude not to queue into any SK for the whole episode, wouldn't it? So really it should be 4 wins, and I should be at like pushing this MMR up by like 15 points, because that's the difference between winning and losing. It's like 15 points. So yeah, cruising with victories. Obviously the key play there was the timing of the Schirru. We wanted to make sure I had card advantage, which gives me that heat wave on his Ozeril. Here we go. More like it. We've got some second wind SK. We are going second, which is not second wind, Petricidal Fury. Nice to go second for sure. Looking for that carryover. Definitely don't need the Bomb Heaver in my hand, but am I ever winning round 1? No, probably not. So I could keep the Bomb Heaver and be a bit cheeky in that sense. Caress is okay to keep. I guess he could run Totem as well. I mean, it's the only card I don't really like in this hand. I stop here. Dunker, Circle of Life would be good, but I just don't want to break my Justice. I don't want to hit Schirru. Lack of carryover is pretty unfortunate. Definitely what you're going to be looking for round 1. Ships. Couple of options. I could obviously hit this down, but I don't have Circle of Life to really do much with it. I could obviously go in Neuromancy for 1. Maybe that's the play, because it will get me a Treant on the board, but I don't even have any rebukes. I think I'll just go tempo. Justice also is going to hopefully catch some value in the shield department as well. This is fine. Yeah, I mean, I don't have any rebuke, so... This is one of those decks that can push into round 2 as well, so I'd rather not use my Neuromancy, to be completely honest. Rather save it. I'll take the Crest next. Don't mind playing this either. Again, Circle of Life is great on this card, but... Still very much in it. Having not committed much, obviously I committed Justice, he's only played bronze cards, but it's SK, bronze cards are basically gold. Eventually he's going to hit the armor with this. The shield, probably not, but hopefully. Would be nice. I could also Triss for Circle of Life. Could be able to find it. Also, is it also a temptation to just Schirru this round? I think it's worth it. I could go Neuromancy into Fove into Rebuke or Fove into more carryover. So Triss actually playing for carryover is pretty cool. Not something you see every day, that's for sure. This is tempting to kill, this is tempting to kill, so I'll just do this here. I could take it with this, but this also can kill this. I could heatwave this. Still applying an awful lot of pressure. I've got, this is 12 tempo, so I can probably just play this next. See what he does. Wouldn't be surprised if he passes. That's the beautiful thing about this deck, man. Even though the shield missed, like, it just spreads thin and doesn't give any good targets. It just creeps up with tempo and it has such great removal options. Like, what did I actually play? I played Triss for carryover, right? And removal. This card's so slept on. It's so good. It also got me a Symbiosis proc. I played a Justice, which thins my decks, and played 2 4 provision bronze cards. Really good. I played a Neuromancy. Love to see it. I've got Last Say, which is obviously great with Gord. It's going to be pretty crucial. So we're just going to pass straight away here. Not Second Wind. So there is some merit in trying to push and get some cards out, but going to end badly, I think. I think Morkvarg's a bit too scary to have that card. Like, this card's so slept on. I actually love this card. It's one of my favourites. It's just so good against SK as well, against this card. But it's just really good. Like, removal carryover is not bad at all. Same with the Symbiosis. I just think it's massively underrated. It seems really bad, but I think the key is you just don't actually need much of it to get value. Okay, I just don't want to hit Schirru, agreed. So I miss nothing. I've got everything. Cool. I miss a Rebuke, maybe you could say. Dunker is... You could also... Oh, okay, I could have pushed this Mulligan and just killed a 3 and hand buff Schirru if I drew him. Would have kicked an Abandoned Girl maybe, but I'm not really bothered. Okay. 5 is normally the magic number in this matchup. Also a definite argument to Schirru as soon as we see Harold, but in a Gord deck, almost all our things just get destroyed anyway, so we're not going to do that. We're just going to let him destroy our stuff. Just make sure we answer Great Swords as soon as they come down. That's going to be our priority. Probably going to get Blood Eagled here. We're still scared of Turgvi, Hemdall, Morkvarg. Just trying to decide what I buff. It could just be Boar to get a bit of value out of Boar. Plus Heatwave's always good on his leader as well. Don't think we're gonna... We could also save a Rebuke for his leader, in fact, because that puts him down to 6. But as you can see, pings are already built up at 6, which is why we actually still want to kill this. Okay, Luck's out on that. Rip. I think it's always the Boar here. This is going to be a nice dunker in a minute. Not really sure what the play is. Boar's kind of fine. I guess so is dying. I'm just going to dunker this when it's at 3. I don't want to play Gord. I don't want to play Schirru. So let's do this. This can't draw my Schirru, so I'd rather just remove it rather than having a 6-point body. So I'll hit one of these down. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of 6s still to get. Kill this with Dunker. Never going to stick to get value out of the carryover, so we just use it as a circle of life. Kind of. Is the totem. More 6s for the Schirru party. Guess there's a pretty good argument to kill Harold now, or kill this. I think it's fine to have done that. Anjoff being a warrior himself as well. Probably played for more than 3 points. And we're still right in it. I've got the Schirru, I've got the leader. I can answer 2 6s. My Schirru's not amazing. Obviously 11 points on the Heatwave on leader, so I do want to save it. But I guess he could play around it. There's the Donner. Nice. I think I was wrong somewhere here in my line of play. I kind of want to Schirru now, but obviously it's pretty bad. I could Schirru 4s, I guess. Shearing 4s is kind of like Shearing 2 6s anyway. So I call... In fact, I can just call Schirru in... I was going to say at 3. That wouldn't do much for me though. So I call Schirru in at 5. I ping him down to 4. Hit this to 4. Oh, this is the play, right? So Schirru in at 4. 1 ping. 2 pings. 3. Oh, look at this Schirru. Oh, I saw it so late. I saw it so late, chat. Chat's probably... Everyone on YouTube is just slamming their fist in the board going, Speci! Please! Oh! Ah! Let's go. Let's go, man. Hemdall. Bloop. Adios, amigo. Wild boar. Say nothing. Say nothing, mate. Say nothing. This is the beautiful thing about Gord. Doesn't matter if this happens if you win round 1. Oh, still that close. It's kind of disgusting. It's that close still, really, when you get that much of a Schirru. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it there for the moment. Hope you enjoyed the video. I had a lot of fun playing it. I'm fortunate about the first game, but if you stuck on this far, you can see this deck's really solid, man. We're up a very good MMR. Very, very good version. Also, the Devotion one is what got me to that highest MMR. Definitely want to see if I could push this to 2,500. That would be my best score. But I do need to start playing Skellige, Nilfgaard, and probably some Uprising to try and finish top 64, as that would just be really cool for me, and it'll be great experience for me playing in like a tournament setting against all these amazing players. I'd probably struggle, but I'd bring some pretty spicy decks, like this kind of. Yeah, I'd bring some spicy decks for sure. I'd go hard on. I'd try and. I don't think I can win the game in a game of Gwent consistently enough against the best players, but I do think I could maybe have an edge in the deck builder. So we'll see. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Nice one. That was fun. See you guys soon. Sweet geezer.